Hi guys, Elias here with new motherboard unboxing and overview. This time it is Maximus 7 Hero motherboard. It's a Z97 chipset from Intel. It's a Republic of Gamers series motherboard, which means it's designated especially for gamers and optimized to deliver maximum performance for gaming and for overclocking as well. As we know, Asus uses maximum top-level grade components for the motherboards and graphics cards, and this motherboard is no different. So let's see in more details what it delivers in the package. First we can see what we have here. So it supports Intel's 4th gen Haswell CPUs, i7, i5, i3 Celeron, and Intel's 5th generation CPUs, which is the Haswell refresh CPUs, both 1150 socket, so it supports both CPUs. It has a very nice packaging, so we can see here, if we open it up, we have a nice window cut out here, some nice information. Let's open up the box and see what we have inside. We have the nice motherboard, nice packaging. Let's put the motherboard aside for now. We have 1, 2, 3 double SATA cables, SATA 3 6 gigabit per second cables, so have 6 in total. We have input-output shield with nicely padded. We have front panel standoffs, the pins that you can take off, connect, and for your more convenient connecting the pins if you have limited access to those connectors from the front panel. Asus safety guide. Here we have hard drive labels, which is quite handy, so you don't disconnect wrong cables and always have everything sorted from the beginning, even with the coloring or just labeling them. A nice do not disturb or enter door hanging thing, so you can hang it on your door and so everybody knows that you're gaming and will not disturb you. Here we have SLI bridge, Republic of Gamers SLI bridge. This motherboard supports quad SLI or quad crossfire, even though it has 3 PCI Express PCI Express ports. It supports quad in case if you have 790 GTX card, which has dual GPUs. So if you drop 2 of those in your on your motherboard, you're going to have quad SLI. Same applies to quad crossfire. So if you have 295X cards, which are dual GPU cards, then you are going to have quad SLI, quad crossfire. More instructions about the motherboard. It's a quick start guide. Here's the Asus warranty information form, so you can fill the form for your warranty, and the user guide with CD and a nice Republic of Gamer sticker. So if you like sticking those stickers on your case, this is a nice logo to use. Always remember to download the latest updates from Asus website, and Asus includes utilities that help you to always keep up to date your drivers. So if you install the Asus update tool, it will help you to update your drivers. So it's a user's guide. You can check it if you're not sure what you're doing. Here we have the CPU socket. Here's the CPU socket. Here we have 4 RAM slots, 4 DIMM slots, which support up to 32 gigabytes of DDR3. So we have MOSFETs and chokes cooling here. As I can see, there is a pipe going in here, so for maximum cooling you have a nice solid cooler. Also for the chipset as well, for the Z97 chipset here, also labeled as Republic of Gamers, same as all other branding from Asus. Here we have 3 PCI Express slots, full PCI Express slots, so you can run 2 cards at 8. So if you drop in 2 cards, it's gonna be PCI Express 3 running at 8x8, and if you use the 3rd slot as well, it is gonna disable the other PCI 1 slots and M.2 slot, because M.2 uses the same bus as the PCI Express slot. So make sure that if you are using the M.2 that you're not using other PCI Express than these 2, because it's going to limit your performance. Here we have the 24-pin power connector, USB 3 20-pin connector here, fan header here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 fan connectors, so including the CPU fan connector, so you have enough fan connectors from the motherboard. Here we have 8-pin connector for your motherboard power as well, for your CPU. Here we have 8 SATA 6 gigabit per second slots, so you can run them in RAID 0, 1, 5 or 10. For example, the M.2 runs at 10 gigabit per second, whereas the SATA ports run at maximum 6 gigabits per second, but even with the fastest SSDs, this speed is usually not achieved, because most of the SSDs run at around 550 megabits per second, which is 4.5 gigabit per second, so it's up to 5 gigabit. Here's the sound chip, Supreme FX from Asus, which delivers good quality audio from the motherboard. So if you're not a professional musician or you don't need a studio quality audio, this is going to be enough for you. As I said, we have 3 PCI Express 1 speed slots, so if you have other devices that run off PCI Express ports, you can drop them in here. But make sure that you have enough clearance, because these 2 can be used by your graphics cards for SLI or Crossfire, so make sure that you plan all your setup prior using it. You have one USB 2 connector here for your front panel, you have your audio connector here for your front panel, and you have your front panel LEDs and power switches here as well. Here you have your hard start and reset buttons if you run them from your open bench, so you don't need this start and reset on your case. You can do that from here. Your memory check, let's get to the back panel here. So you will still have the PS2 connection here for those running the old school keyboards and mouses. You can run both of them from here, or you have 2 USB 2 ports to connect your USB 2 keyboards and mouses here. Your optical audio connector here, HDMI connector, which can run up to 4K resolution. You have your DVI and VGA ports here, so you can run up to 3 monitors of this motherboard, utilizing Intel Iris GPU integrated with this motherboard. And you have 4 USB 3 ports at the back, plus the 2 that you have here. So you have in total 6 USB 3 ports and 4 USB 2 ports. And you have your 8.1 audio here at the back, along with your gigabit Ethernet port. And you have your BIOS reset port, so you can reset your BIOS from here. And the back part, so you have nice plates for pulling your back part of your motherboard. These are not as functional as providing the rigidity for your motherboard. So in case if you're over tightened, maybe this will help the motherboard to stay in place. So this is a decent motherboard for anyone wanting a gaming motherboard, having all the punch within the ATX form factor. So you can drop 2 GPUs in here. Usually 90% of the people use only 1 GPU, which is enough if you run 1 or 2 monitors, even 3. So if you run a GTX 980 or dual GPU from the previous generation 790, for example, then it's going to be enough even with 1 card to run all your games and applications, apart from the cases when you run at ultra high resolution. But in any case, you have enough slots for your RAM, enough for your hard drives. You have the M.2 option, so if you would like to drop in an M.2 drive, you can utilize the PCI Express, use the PCI Express speed benefit, and you can utilize the Asus expertise from the motherboard and with the utilities provided to overclock your motherboard and tweak it to your needs. Enjoy it, and it looks pretty good. So if you like the coloring scheme as well, then you can match your components, for example your RAM memory and your graphics card, to match this motherboard. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments, subscribe to help us and make more videos, and I'll see you soon again. Bye bye now.